Oh, yeah. It's just past 7. It's Wednesday, December 20th. Welcome to it. Today going to be a pretty all right day. Sunny and a high of 40. Cloudy skies tonight will low down to 28. Thursday, we're looking at some clouds and a small chance for some rain and a high of 42.
I don't know if don't know about you.
Doop.
Easy for me to say.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about you, but when I got home yesterday, there was a lot of dripping going on.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, the sun was
Like
out.
your nose?
No, the sun was out, and then like all the eaves were melting.
Oh.
It was like the thaw was coming out.
Yeah. It did get pretty warm yesterday.
It did.
The snow has not melted at my house, though.
No?
Yeah, I still got quite a lot of snow in the backyard.
Huh. Here we don't have anything.
Yeah, it's starting to disappear pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I think today, between today and tomorrow, it's going to go away in most areas. Maybe. But I do know some of those areas like the Cass County, Van Buren County regions, they got a lot more snow than we did.
They did.
They probably will still have some.
Yeah.
So maybe a white Christmas or maybe like a brown, mushy, sloppy Christmas could happen for you.
Gross.
Well, let's find out what's happening in the news this morning. WSJM News is brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See gomichigan.com, Cornerstone Alliance.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here's some of the stories we're following for you today. Congressman Bill Huizenga has joined a group of colleagues to sign a letter urging Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm to take a swift review, take a quick look at the request by Holtec International for a loan to restart the Palisades nuclear power plant. Holtec is seeking a roughly $1 billion loan to fire up the currently shuttered plant in Van Buren County. Huizenga tells us as the nation looks toward its energy future, efforts like restarting Palisades makes sense.
The real question is what kind of effort is there going on in getting some of these restarted, because this may actually make more sense than trying to site a completely new facility. There's infrastructure that is in place, whether it's the security side, whether it's the overhead lines that are going to be bringing electricity out of there.
The letter says repowering Palisades could significantly grow the region's economy, strengthen our domestic energy security, and return safe, reliable, and carbon-free generation back to the electrical grid. Joining Huizenga in signing the letter, 7 colleagues from Michigan and 1 from New Jersey. Holtec is hoping to learn if its loan has been approved in early 2024. The Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy has released its 2023 Michigan State of the Great Lakes report. WSJM's Andrew Green reports.
The report outlines ideas, actions, and challenges currently facing the lakes. In its 42 pages, the report covers progress cleaning up pollution in the Great Lakes, momentum behind fisheries management, strategies to combat invasive species, investments in clean marine transportation, and much more. Also covered are projects from the past year to protect the lakes, like a $100,000 effort to identify water conservation best practices, hiring a stewardship coordinator to improve Great Lakes literacy among Michiganders, and support for restoring Ox Creek in Benton Harbor. Regarding Lake Michigan, the report details the ongoing effort to keep the invasive carp from entering the Great Lakes via Chicago. It also cites the discovery of hydrilla, an invasive plant in Berrien Springs, as a possible threat. We have a link to the full report at our website. Andrew Green, WSJM News.
Benton Harbor City Commissioners have pressed pause on a proposed design for a monument to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. planned for Dwight P. Mitchell City Center Park. Doesn't mean it won't get approval later, but they want some more information before they vote on it. At their Monday meeting, commissioners reviewed an amended plan for the Unified Civic Monuments Project proposal that included a few changes that had been suggested by the commission previously. However, Mayor Marcus Muhammad said the amended proposal still doesn't include the specific dimensions of the monument.
When you render drawings and you're rendering specifications, really it should be clear about the square feet, how much is going to be taken up. Planning Commission requires that it's signed by an architect.
Mohammed noted the commission has already approved the installation of the monument at the park and supports the idea. They just want more specifics, like square footage. Designer Garth Woodruff didn't have those numbers immediately available, but described the monument.
It is concrete. The base of it is. The table is granite. The wall is granite. I don't think that it's really deviated greatly from the original idea, other than some of the modifications that we talked about due to the community kind of giving pushback.
Woodruff said he could get the dimensions to the commissioners this week. The changes include the addition of a window to a wall that's part of the monument and a dove added to that wall. Commissioners tabled the monument's design decision until they can get more specifics. And the St. Joseph Middle School robotics team, Maize Blue and White, is home after completing a successful competition in Howell. Volunteer coach Ben Baker tells us they took part in the Michigan First Tech Challenge State Championships.
The teams played well against the other groups. The maize team and the blue team were in separate divisions, and both of them were chosen to be in the finals there in separate divisions. And with that, the maize team and our alliance partners were able to bring home the state championship.
Baker says the teams all prepared for the competition separately, so they developed innovative solutions to the challenge.
We had to pick up these small hexagons that they called pixels that were about 2 or 3 inches. We had to pick those up off the ground or from stacks and deliver those to the back of the field and place them on a backdrop.
Baker says part of the challenge had the robots acting autonomously while the students took over later. This is the 3rd year in a row the teams competed in the Michigan First Tech Challenge State Championships.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool. Pick up a pixel and then move it somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what life's all about, right?
That's all we are. It's just a bunch of pixels, man.
Got to get my cheese and move it over there.
Yeah.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Dave Wolf covers sports here in just a little bit. Good news is the Detroit Pistons didn't lose. They didn't play.
Oh, thank goodness.
Because
I want them to beat the record.
Yeah, they put 4 more games they need to do.
Yeah.
So 28's the tying the record.
28's the tie, and 29. If they lose 29 in a row, they'll be something else.
We'll catch up with sports in just a little bit. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. A divided Colorado Supreme Court declaring former President Donald Trump ineligible for the White House under the Constitution's insurrection clause. Other presidential candidates, including former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, say they don't agree with the decision.
I don't believe that it's good for our country if he's precluded from the ballot by a court. I think it's bad for the country if that happens. Now, the other reason I believe that is because, he will have had to incite insurrection, be a part of an insurrection for him to be excluded. There's been no trial of him on that.
A photographer and a pilot both killed in New Jersey when the news chopper they were in went down in a wooded area. The helicopter belonged to ABC station WPVI in Philadelphia. The FAA and NTSB investigating. Customs and Border Protection at the southern border on Tuesday encountering more than 12,600 migrants, the biggest one-day total ever. This is ABC News.
Your sports update on the morning show is brought to you by True Blue Financial. Independent, uncomplicated, dedicated.
Men's college basketball from last night. It was Florida over Michigan, 106-101 in double overtime at the Jumpman Invitational in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Citadel beat Notre Dame 65-45, and Central Michigan beat Davenport 90-68. In women's college basketball today, Florida takes on Michigan at 6:30 in Charlotte, North Carolina. Central Michigan will face North Dakota State at 8 o'clock, and Michigan State takes on Richmond at 9:30 tonight in Asheville, North Carolina. NHL last night, the Blackhawks beat the Colorado Avalanche 3-2. Tonight, the Red Wings are at Winnipeg at 7:30. NBA tonight, the Pistons are off. Charlotte is at the Indiana Pacers at 7, and the Bulls host the LA Lakers at 8 o'clock. And junior college basketball tonight in women's play, it's St. Clair Community College at Lake Michigan College at 6:30.
Hey, good morning.
How long's Brock been here?
Brock has been here since 2016 on our WIRX rock station doing the morning show.
Okay. So he should know.
No, he struggles with technology, which there are people that do that. And I'm not saying I'm the best with technology, but I know how to navigate things pretty well. And
but just tell him it's like a big cat. So what we're talking about, we got this email earlier this morning from one of our fellow radio station morning show hosts, and he was looking for a place to put a program, record a program, put it in the library so that it can be used later.
This is all inside baseball.
But he didn't know where that library, he didn't know basically, if you think about a library, he didn't know what book slots were open. And so he wanted to take some of our book slots. And
no,
we're like,
you can't have
we're
our book
using
slots.
those.
I considered instead of showing him where to find certain stuff.
Yeah.
Because I used to do this to my brothers all the time when they lost things or they couldn't find things or they needed help with things.
Yeah.
I would always say, "What are you going to give me for it?"
Oh,
and I considered bartering with him and like, all right, let's make a deal here.
What's it worth to you?
What's what I have worth to you?
I see.
Anyways, so how's everybody's morning going? Does anybody have snow on the ground at your house?
Let's see.
Wherever you may be.
We got a good morning from Diane,
Yep,
from
good
Bill.
morning, Diane.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you.
All right. Yeah. So we've got my house. I think I got more snow. I definitely got more snow at my house in Niles than we did here in Benton Harbor. My mom's house, though, in Dowagiac, just a couple towns over, I thought Cass County got hit harder. She said, no, it wasn't too bad in her backyard.
Did she show you? Did you see it? Because she may have been underplaying it.
I think she sent Jocelyn a picture of what it was, but I know my mom watches this live stream. Sometimes she watches it later. Like I was literally trying to text my mother about some things yesterday, and she's like, "What's up?" And I just asked her a question, and she said, "Oh, I'm watching your live stream right now. Do you have any other questions? I want to get back to the live stream." I'm like, oh, okay.
That's loyalty right there.
Here's the live stream right here. You can just talk to me.
Yeah, this is the live stream.
Yeah. I'll FaceTime you right now. I'll give you a live stream. I'll give you an extra show.
Oh boy.
Bill says we have snow, not much, but leftover from the last snow. Gotcha. Oh. Diane says street looks clear, but grass is covered. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. My street seems to be the last one to get plowed for some reason. Like, I don't even think they salt it. Yeah. Like, I think they maybe run through the plow, but I think they save the salt for some other street. Because I always have the slipping and sliding.
You'll be
happening.
Fine. We got bigger streets over here.
We drove by your house, Johnny. You got new tires. You're good. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to the show here.
Okay.
Partly sunny skies today. Winds will be a little bit lighter as well. So we'll see a nice mix of the sun and clouds. High temperatures getting up right around 40 degrees. Tonight, we'll see mostly cloudy skies. We drop to 28. And then for Thursday, mostly clouds. Slight chance of a shower. High temperatures up at 42. We'll see most of the rain falling across our area on Friday. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning, and you can be part of the show anytime. It's real simple. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. We're on our Facebook, our YouTube, our X, if you want to come hang out over there as well. And, here on the show, we're big fans of what's out there.
Yes.
In space.
Mm-hmm. The unknown.
Yeah, and anytime any of these stories about space exploration, new discoveries, all of that fun stuff comes about, we're always fascinated by that stuff.
Yeah.
And they have deeper conversations about what's out there and crazy space stuff on Coast to Coast, which you can hear from midnight to 5 a.m. on 94.9
They go
WSJM.
way out there.
They go way out there. But I enjoy that show. Yeah. I do enjoy that show. I enjoy a lot of the programs here on WSJM besides this fine award-winning program.
Yeah.
But did you see what NASA did the other day?
No.
They sent out a video communication out into space. And apparently people at NASA really enjoy cat videos.
So who were they sending this to? What was it?
What they were doing is they were basically testing out if they could communicate through the solar system using a laser. And the video is, well, ironically, a laser being shown all across a couch with a cat chasing the laser.
Oh.
The cat's name is Taters. And the video was streamed from NASA's satellite about 19 million miles. And they beamed it by a laser to an observatory in California, sending videos across the distance by radio signals.
Okay.
We know a little bit about those.
Yep.
Would normally take about 40 minutes. This way, it got there in around 100 seconds.
Okay. Okay, so they are testing new ways of getting messages out of
Yeah.
space. So when we send a bunch of people in a spaceship to Mars to go
Yep.
colonize or do whatever they're going to do,
Mhm.
we want to talk to them because the phone delay is really annoying.
Right.
The phone, especially if you're going to outer space, if you have to wait a few hours. Hello.
Yeah, and same thing when
Few
you're in
hours later,
space and you're
hello.
on you're on
Yeah.
this you're on the space station and you're like, Houston, we have a problem, and they're like,
We'll get back to you.
what'd you say? You have a problem?
But this is problematic because you mentioned they sent. So they're testing the laser communication, and they
the
sent
speed,
cat videos.
Yeah. Well, and they're checking the speed because if you think about it, this 100 seconds through this laser,
Right.
it's faster than most broadband connections. So I think they're looking at other ways that they can, start to envision
Right.
how internet is set up. Think about it. When we've been talking a lot about here in the rural areas about, okay, fiber optics and broadband
Yeah.
and all that. What if, because a lot of innovations that happen in NASA, a lot of times will come to the regular population and regular use.
Absolutely. Cordless drills. NASA did that.
Exactly.
That's
All
right.
of those different things. So maybe they're trying to come up with obviously ways to communicate easier in space and across the solar system. But practically here in our communities, it could be something as simple. Well, instead of throwing hundreds and hundreds of miles of fiber optics and laying all that, why don't we just shoot a laser? And that's your internet.
Well, remember the stereo? Have you ever looked at the back of your stereo and there's that little plug that says
Fiber
optic?
optic? Yeah.
Have you ever used that?
No.
No one has. No one on the planet has, but it's there.
Yeah. Yeah. What is that for?
It's in case you don't want to use your RCA plugs or something else to hook up your thing. You could transmit the sound of your stereo to your speakers using this fiber optic cable. But nobody has that.
Yeah, nobody has that. They don't put that in the box.
I don't know how that got to be a thing. Maybe in Spain they use that all the time, but here I've never seen anyone use it.
I think it's one of those things like the mini disc player and the laser disc and all of those different things where it was like there was this race to get different cable connections. HDMI ended up winning, but these laser optic people were like, yeah, we're still going to install it on these products. So you're going to, you make a great point. It's like,
no one's ever
what
used
the
that.
heck is that thing? And the thing that's annoying is that why wouldn't they give me that option of what if I wanted to do that? I think that would be cool.
Give me the cable.
Less cable, and do all that. But yeah, you got to give me the cable.
But I think that's problematic what NASA did because of what they sent, not how they sent it.
The cat video?
Yeah, if they send a cat video, okay, that's fine. That's cute. Here's a little being of the planet Earth.
Sure.
But they're shooting the laser around and the cat chasing it. Nothing cuter in the world, but it's incredibly frustrating for the cat.
Right.
So if this laser communication reaches the cat people
of
Neptune, they're going to think, oh, this is how they torture this is a threat.
Yeah.
This is a threat.
It could be. You're exactly right. Because
they're going to interpret it wrong.
Aliens, man, they're out there.
They're very sensitive.
That was as we recap the highlights of the year around this time. You look back at all the news stories, and one of the biggest news stories was the fact that at Congress they had the bunch of hearings and said, "Hey, aliens, they're out there, man. We've got proof. We've got all these different things." But honestly, the funniest part about it was everybody in America was just like,
"Yeah, we
know. We
knew. Yeah, we knew that.
We knew that already. What's the big deal?"
Congress, we talked earlier this week about how Congress is kind of getting raked over the coals for not being as effective as they could be. Maybe one of the least effective Congresses ever. If you look just solely at the number of bills that they got passed and if they get their regular work done and all that kind of stuff. But one of the things they did do was that defense authorization bill.
Right.
We talked about that. And inside that bill was some more requirements for how the federal government discloses stuff about UFOs, what the government knows about UFOs, because there had been a bunch of stuff previous of, hey, you're going to have to start releasing this information. But they included another piece of legislation in the Defense Authorization Act that said, yeah, you got to disclose it. But under this provision, the executive branch of the United States government will have 25 years within a record's creation to make it public.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So if you see something that looks like a UFO flying over you and you report it, 25 years later, someone will find out about it.
It's like a time capsule. Like someday you're going to get information.
I mean, it's just like the JFK assassination. You didn't get access. We still don't have access to all the records.
Right.
We still don't have access to all the records. And now we're talking
25 years?
25 years. Under the provision, the executive branch has up to 25 years within a record's creation. So they don't even have to, I mean, once something happens, how long until they create a record?
So that sort of doesn't bypass like FOIA, Freedom of Information
It sure
Act.
does, because even then the president can determine that any records for national security reasons can still remain classified. So you can wait 25 years and they can look at it and go, yeah, that's going to remain classified. That's a national security deal.
Does it go in that president's book of secrets that I saw in the movies?
Yep. It goes right in there. Yeah.
Nice.
So it doesn't have the juice that some people thought that we needed, and it was going to happen, because we saw a lot of videos come out, even from the military, saying, here's some objects flying around. We don't know what in the world this is. And all we do know is it's not fake.
Right.
And it's not of this earth.
Yeah. Like but
now we don't know anything else.
Man. So we got to wait
clamped
25
it down
years.
again.
That's like all those sequels of those movies that we've been waiting for. Maybe that's where that is.
They went on strike.
The executive branch gets to choose if we have another Home Alone sequel or any of those things. Oh, geez.
There's somebody somewhere who has the keys to all this information.
Yeah, somebody's going to tell us, right? There's got to be a whistleblower out there that'll be like, hey, I want to be on the news. I got information about aliens. So it's just going to fizzle out. We're going to have that huge announcement that they had earlier this year. And then they're just going to be like, we'll tell you again. They totally Ryan Seacrest us,
They did.
man.
They did.
Come on.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And no one's taken responsibility for watering down the legislation and saying, oh yeah, we don't have to tell you for two plus decades. And then even then we might not.
Did you see this also? SpaceX, is one of Elon Musk's investments, and he does a lot of space exploration. But I saw this headline that Tesla's new Cybertruck can also be a boat.
Can or is?
It can.
Okay.
Now I don't know if it that's the option, but Tesla says the 2024 Cybertruck has what they call a Wade mode.
Oh no.
And it will seal the battery so that you can drive about, as we were talking about this the other day, about your watch goes to 300 meters.
That's
How
right.
many times have you been to 300 meters deep of water?
Never.
This can drive through 2.5 feet of water without shorting anything out. Now, if you go to 3 feet, you're probably going to have some problems, but 2.5 feet.
So what you're saying is it's a boat until it becomes a submarine, and then it never surfaces again.
You want to go boat. You don't want to go submarine mode. It does not have submarine mode. But if you think about it, the weird design of the Cybertruck starts to make a little bit more sense. Like, were they starting to think about making this sort of like a duck truck? Like the duck boats from the military or the amphibious cars they used to have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Back in the day.
So what you're saying is Elon Musk truly is working to be a Bond character.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I have this truck. It can drive in the water, and I can just drive along Lake Michigan as far as I want.
I'm pretty sure that James Bond, the movies are just playing out in real life, because you look at the two of the richest people in the world, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. I think they have watched probably all of the James Bond movies, because their goal is to be a Bond villain, and I'm not sure who's winning. I think they both are.
Man,
whoever gets to colonize the moon, I guess, gets to be in that movie. And then I don't know what Elon Musk is doing, but I like the idea of an amphibious car. They had this back in like the 50s and 60s. They had like these little cars that looked like almost like a golf cart.
Yeah.
You get fit like two, maybe three people in there, and you could just go right into the water, flip a switch, drop a thing, and then boom, you're floating on the water, cruising around.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome, especially here in Southwest Michigan with all of our inland lakes, just to be cruising around and then just go to the boat launch and just drive right in and cruise around on my boat.
Wow.
It saves you money.
Yeah.
I would be willing to buy a $50,000+ vehicle if it could be not only my street car, but also my boat.
Your
Because
recreational thing on the
my
weekends.
recreational vehicle.
That I would love that for the fact that I wouldn't have to buy a boat slip.
Yeah.
Because one of the recurring costs for a boat, besides the maintenance and all that stuff, is the storage.
Oh, yeah.
Got to figure out what to do with it in the summer. Got to do with something with it in the winter.
You got to get it wrapped.
If it has wheels on it, I'll just put it in my garage.
Yeah, exactly. You got the boat dock. Yeah, I will say I know people that are boat owners, and that's a huge expense.
Yeah,
with a lot of stuff. Yeah, the storage is another thing. But yeah, if you're saying I could just take my boat, cruise around on a nice sunset cruise around the lake, and then just boop right out of the water and drive around and park my car.
How much are we talking about for the Cybertruck that turns into a boat?
Well, it sounds like it's already an option on the vehicle.
Oh,
so
geez.
those are
already there, built in.
The Cybertruck is right around, I think, on the low end. Isn't it still like $75,000?
Gosh, I don't know.
Or $80,000 for the Cybertruck? But I think it's pretty cool that it's able to do this Wade mode.
Wow.
But yeah, the Cybertruck.
How fun would it be if it's one of those subscription models, just like BMW tried with the heated seats?
You didn't pay for your Wade mode?
Right. You're right in the middle of Lake Michigan with your Cybertruck, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, your subscription needs to be renewed. Your credit card was rejected.
Right in the water. Yeah, they're really expensive vehicles. They're probably close to $100,000. But I would feel more okay with that purchase if it covered my vehicle.
Oh, sure.
And my recreational vehicle.
Yeah, boat's no cheap thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's fun.
Cybertruck Wade mode. If anybody ends up buying a Cybertruck, please let us try that little thing out. I'd love to see that.
Maybe we'll try shallow water first.
Yeah, absolutely. And a mud puddle somewhere.
Do you have to wear a life jacket if you drive that thing?
That's a good question.
Probably should.
You probably would have to.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we got a lot of things to get to. We'll catch you up with news, sports, and your Bloomberg Market Minute. That's all next.
I'm Jason Hiska, CEO of Sturgis Bank and Trust.
And I'm Matt Shesky, President and Chief Operating Officer.
Yeah, the Tesla Cybertruck. They've been already shipping those out, I believe.
Why don't they make a hover car? Why doesn't he make a hover car?
So you're talking no wheels.
Yeah, no wheels. Well, you can have wheels, but I want it to be able to lift up off the road and hover, and then that way I can go over terrain, or I can go over the water.
Yeah.
I don't need a road anymore. Think about how much money we could save if we don't have roads.
Think about how much money you would save if you didn't have to spend money on tires.
Right.
That's the biggest thing.
Hate
when
getting
they're
tires.
Like, yeah.
That's the one thing I can't do myself.
Right. Yeah. You get new tires. Boom. Depending on the size of your vehicle, a good amount of money. Hey, good morning, Mom. My mom's watching.
Hello, Mrs. Reinhardt.
Yeah, we got you. And
good morning.
Yeah, Teresa says good morning to my mother.
That's great.
Yeah. So, anyways, what were we talking about about my mom?
We were talking about what you were getting her for Christmas.
Oh yeah, Mom, don't watch that part of the video. No, I'm kidding. We did not talk about that. No, we were talking about how she was. I was texting her yesterday, and she's like, "Hang on. I'm trying to watch your show."
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you need?
Get back to me after this.
Get back to me after that. I'm watching my stories.
Oh boy.
So, anyways.
Yeah, this is better than a soap opera.
Yeah.
I think.
I will say the other day I started watching Days of Our Lives.
What were you doing?
Well, it's on Peacock.
Yeah.
Days of Our Lives.
You chose to watch that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I love soap operas. I grew up, so my grandmother came to America, could not speak English.
Yes.
And I guess the way that a lot of people will learn how to speak English is they'll watch daytime television and soap operas.
That makes sense.
So yeah. So she always had it on. Days of Our Lives, General Hospital.
Try learning Spanish that way.
As the world
Not
turns.
gonna work.
Yeah. I do love
Those are fun to watch, though.
I do love those. What do they call it? Telenovelas or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
Those are good. Very dramatic acting.
Oh yeah.
In that.
Yeah.
A lot of water splashing on the face, a lot of big slaps.
Oh. Speaking of dramatic acting, I watched the worst Christmas movie.
What was it?
Let's see. Let me look it up here.
I watched an always good go-to Santa Claus #2.
Here it is. Christmas with the Campbells.
With the Campbells?
With Justin Long, Brittany Snow. Those were the two main characters there. George Wendt was in it.
George Wendt?
Yeah.
How old is this movie?
2022.
Oh.
He's still alive.
He is?
Well, he was. I don't know. Is he still alive today?
I didn't know George Wendt was still alive.
Yeah, he's 75 years old.
Christmas with the Campbells, huh? My mom's going to have to watch that because that's her maiden name.
Campbell?
Campbell. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this movie is silly. And it was ridiculous because Justin
What was
Long,
it on?
Hulu maybe? I don't know. Maybe it was on Netflix.
What's the let's see, what's the Rotten Tomato rating? Rotten Tomato 37%.
What does that mean?
That means it's just like a lot of those
Hulu.
other ratings where Rotten Tomato I usually
So you
go
want
by
100?
Yeah, Rotten Tomato is all the people on the internet, the viewers, plus some critics will throw in their rating, but usually Rotten Tomato is a good gauge for how good a movie's going to be.
Yeah.
58% of and Google users, 58% of people actually liked the movie. So,
but Justin Long, who I really like as an actor and as a director and the stuff that he does, it's fun. I don't know what he was thinking with this one because he puts on this weird, sometimes it's Texan, sometimes it's just Old West accent through the whole thing.
Is Justin
he starts
Long
using the word "I reckon"?
Would you consider Justin
and no one else
Long-
in the movie talks like that. No one else has an accent. He's the only one.
I will say he's not a very good actor.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not seeing Justin Long in a,
Have you seen him in Tusk?
No.
Okay, that's a good one.
Is that a horror movie?
Yeah. Well, kind of.
I want to see him in the new Goosebumps show series thing. He's in that. But anyways, we'll get back to the show here.
Radio.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Just past 7:30. It's Wednesday, December 20th. We're looking at hang on. Got a little pop-up.
Oh.
What is going on?
What are you doing?
It's that end of the year pop-up of, hey, did you pay for this yet?
Oh, geez.
Partly sunny today, high 40, cloudy tonight.
Did you pay for it?
No, I'm not paying for this
okay.
stuff.
All right.
It's the little thing we use to keep notes.
That thing.
Mostly cloudy tonight with a low down to 28. The rest of the week, it looks decent. It is going to be rainy, possible small chance for rain on Thursday with a high of 42, but it's warming up.
Yes, it is warming up.
I don't know about White Christmas, man.
No.
I don't think that's going to happen. Honestly, though, who knows what's going to happen because it's Michigan. You never know because we kept hearing all of this chatter about we're not going to see snow till January. And sure enough, earlier this week, we got ourselves some snow.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
just looking at the video live stream. If you're missing the video live stream, we've got family members on there.
Yeah, my mom's on there.
Your mom's on there, and now one of my sons, Stuart, is on there.
Oh, look at that!
And he says, "Good morning."
Nice.
Hi, Stuart.
Which one is he's
my oldest.
Your oldest.
Yeah,
so he's the one that just traveled all the way from New York area?
Yeah. He came home from New York. He was the one on Amtrak that got delayed by 5 hours.
Yeah.
Because of the fire in Cleveland somewhere.
Hey, Stuart, the dog didn't eat anything, did he? Because your dog likes to get into stuff.
My dog got into stuff last night.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Stephanie had the wrapping stuff out, and there was a bag of just gift tissue paper. And I get up in the morning this morning to, let him out and get ready and stuff like that. I trip over the bag. I turn on the light, half-eaten stuff all over the place. Yeah, he loves that paper.
He didn't get the cookies though, right?
He did not get the cookies.
Good.
Yeah.
I was worried when you said the cookies are gone. I was worried the next phrase was going to be the dog got into one of the tins.
Yeah.
Or something.
Nope.
All right.
No, he's smart, but he's not that smart.
All right. Well, let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here's some of the stories that we're following for you this morning. A formal indictment was returned this week on the suspects alleged to have stolen more than 100 handguns from the Benton Township Dunham's sporting goods store. U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Michigan, Mark Totten, yesterday announced that a grand jury has returned an indictment charging Benton Harbor residents Darnell Bishop and Dontrell Nance with kidnapping, interference with commerce by robbery, brandishing a firearm during and in relation to a violent crime, and theft of firearms from a federal firearms licensee. Nance is also charged with being a felon in possession of firearms. If convicted, both men face up to life in prison. The Benton Township Board of Trustees has approved the site plan for the Chick-fil-A plan for 1917 Pipestone Road. At their Tuesday meeting, trustees heard from Township Building official Chris Fuchs that the Planning Commission unanimously approved developer PEA Group's plan to tear down the old Steak and Shake to make way for the new Chick-fil-A. They also bought adjacent property to take into account all the cars they expect to line up for the new Chick-fil-A. PEA Group project manager Leslie Accardo told us that an operator for the new restaurant hasn't been selected yet, and likely an announcement later on this year.
All right.
And more money is headed to Michigan schools. Governor Gretchen Whitmer this week signing a $615 million supplemental state budget. Part of the money will help ease school district debt and support colleges. The supplemental is the official forgiveness of the $12 million of debt that Benton Harbor area schools had, among other school districts in Michigan. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Dave Wolf has sports in just a few minutes. Also, we'll catch up with ABC right now. Let's find out what's happening around the state with the Michigan News Network.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. We're hearing.
All right. Good morning. Quick check of our comments here. Teresa said it's supposed to be in the 50s on Sunday.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man. Christmas Eve, 50s.
That's so crazy.
Christmas Eve in shorts. Never thought I would get to that point in my life where it's like, hey, it's going to be almost 50. Yeah, sure enough. Saturday, 47. Sunday, 50. Christmas Day. We're not going to get a white Christmas, but we will get a rainy Christmas. 40% chance for some rain and a high of, get this, 53 in Southwest Michigan.
When?
On Christmas Day, Monday.
Man, that's not good.
Yeah. By the way, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, you can hear a cool program that we'll have on WSJM called A Prairie Christmas.
Sorry about that.
A lot of really cool stories, a lot of cool things going on with that. So there's some special holiday programming for you for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And another holiday programming note, we're going to be done for the year this Friday.
Yeah.
This Friday is our last show.
We're going on vacation.
Yep. So we'll have some.
Not together.
No.
But we'll both be on vacation.
Do you want to go on vacation together?
We'll plan something next time.
That'd be, yeah, we could do it. We could do what a buddy of mine, we went to go visit his family when he was working here. We visited his family in Wisconsin. And it was just he and I, and we called it a broad trip.
I get it. The road
It was
trip.
fun. It was fun because I had
trip.
never been to that part of Wisconsin before. It was in Eau Claire.
Okay.
So right on the far edge of there.
Huh.
Eau Claire. And I had to go there because, people here in Southwest Michigan will say Eau Claire.
Yeah, Eau Claire.
There's a few people, including my old neighbor, Glenn, who is like, he goes deep. He's like, no, it's Eau Claire. Of course, that's French. Yeah, I understand. We had a lot of French fur traders. That's probably where the town got the name.
Sure.
But we call it Eau Claire.
Yeah.
There's a handful of people that call it Eau Claire, Michigan, but I'm of the
commonly accepted pronunciation locally is Eau Claire.
I'm on the Eau team.
Yeah.
But anyways, we went over to Eau Claire, Wisconsin, which is beautiful if you've never had a chance to go over there. But yeah, we called it a road trip, and we went to you've experienced this, I believe.
Cheese.
Quick Trip.
Oh yeah.
Quick Trip gas station.
I've heard from the Quick Trip executive, the guy who's in charge of their PR and their communications, but I've only heard him give a speech. I've never been to a Quick
because
Trip.
you went to a thing and
That's right.
yeah, he was pretty awesome. Now, I can't remember. Did you get a chance to talk to him?
No.
You just saw him do the presentation.
Yeah, he did his presentation, then he
basically
took
headed
off
out,
before I
yeah.
could give him my resume.
I wouldn't give him a resume. I would give him a T-shirt that says "Bring Quick Trip to Michigan."
We really need Quick Trip here.
That's
That'd be really cool.
A cool company.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say they're top notch. I would love to see out of any of the gas station chains and convenience store chains. I mean, I really enjoy Casey's. We've got some Casey's general stores that have come around here. I love our friends at Primart and the convenience stores. They're doing a lot of really cool updates and upgrades. But as far as Quick Trip goes, they're like top notch. And I wish that's one I would love to see go nationwide. But I love that they like to keep things. They have an operation. They like to keep things close to their
and
distribution
local.
centers.
And if they can't control it, they don't do it.
Right.
Like they have their own dairies.
Yep.
They make their own donuts. They have their own distribution chain, supply chain. And that's why they are very careful about the radius from which they make stuff, because if they can't deliver fresh donuts within a day, they're not going to do it because they want everything to be good and fresh.
Don't they have like somewhere the truck will stop at a certain point and unload into another company's truck?
That's the little asterisk, because it just has to get that last mile.
Hey, we got to go 3 miles longer. No,
But they do that because they want the drivers to, their culture is they want the drivers to be able to go home and sleep at home every night.
Yeah.
They don't want them to sleep in their truck. They don't want them to sleep on the road. They say, you go this far, deliver, and then you have enough time to get back home.
Pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
And so that's why they do the little transfer there. But
yeah,
I'm looking for the I'll find it. But the executive who gave us the speech at our conference, he gives that speech, and it's a tearjerker. There were like 5 tearjerker moments in there of how cool their culture is and the stuff that they do.
And then he just passes out bags of milk.
And then milk and cookies and donuts. Yeah.
Because over there, and this is not an infomercial for Quick Trip. And if Quick Trip is watching this and does want
to pay us,
feel free to send us some money. And you'll have to go to a Quick Trip, because my favorite part about Quick Trip is their milk in a bag. It's the weirdest.
Why?
It's the
Why
weirdest
do you
thing.
like milk in a bag?
It's the weirdest thing.
That's a Canadian thing, right?
I don't know. I don't. But they were like, you got to get milk in a bag, and you go to the coolers.
I mean, it comes out of a bag, right?
Yeah, you go exactly from bag to bag. We got you covered. So you go into the coolers where you think there'd be a jug of milk, and no, it's just stacked in the bottom. Just these stacked bags. And a smart idea, because it's of course trying to save on plastic. But when you get to the bag, what you have to do to make it work properly, unless you're going to use the whole bag for something, you got to buy a pitcher in order to put the bag in.
Yep.
And that works out great. But I see what they're doing. They're like, oh, buy the bag, but you also have to buy this special patented pitcher in order to pour this milk properly. Smart idea.
Yikes. Do you drink a lot of milk?
I do not. I am pretty much milk free in my house. It's usually all almond beverage.
I like almond milk. Yeah.
Speaking of that friend, he hates when I call anything almond milk or oat milk, because he's like, "Where you don't milk an almond?"
Yes, you do. Little almonds come along and just
it takes a long time, a lot longer than milking a cow. But you just take the
But
you
they're
take the
so
little
cute
almonds.
when they're running in the pasture.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I have
So it's not really a milk bag; it's a milk bladder.
Yeah, it's a bladder.
That's so weird.
It is weird.
Let's see.
What I would love to do is freeze that, though. I think that'd be a lot easier to freeze that milk.
I tried to freeze milk as a kid, and it never froze well.
Oh, why not?
I don't know. Must be science. Maybe it's the fat content. Must be the fat content in it. That didn't freeze well. I don't know why I wanted milk ice cubes, but I did.
Milk ice cubes.
Yeah. Milk cubes.
All right. Just making sure we stay on time. We do the show.
Are we still on the air? Hello?
We're still here. We're still here. All right, I'm going to talk here in a moment.
Do you want to know when you're going to die?
Do I want to know? Do you want to talk about this in a little bit?
We can,
because this sounds interesting.
Okay.
Do I want to know when I'm going to die?
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah, everybody, morbid ideas. And not something that holiday starter conversation starters brought to you by Ken. Next time you're having a holiday get together, do you want to know when you're going to die?
It's a thought starter right there.
Okay. All right.
Talk about it.
All right. I got to do what's called an ad lib here, folks. Ad lib.
Is it about milk?
No, but it is about another beverage.
Oh, okay.
So I love the transition here.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
For details, Boss Services, raising the standard in heating, duct cleaning, bathrooms, and more. Now serving in your neighborhood.
Hey there, it's Johnny from the Morning Show, and I've got something refreshingly exciting to share with you. I want to talk about my friends at Hanson Beverage. Picture this. You, your colleagues, maybe your family, you're staying hydrated with the purest, crispest water imaginable. Well, Hanson Beverage isn't just about water. It's about a lifestyle upgrade. Now, we're talking about water so clear, you can practically see your future through it. And guess what? Hanson Beverage has the Pure Fact water coolers to keep that liquid gold flowing. Whether you're conquering a math problem or acing a presentation, you can stay cool with Hanson's top-notch water coolers and their top-notch customer service. Now, for all you coffee connoisseurs out there, Hanson Beverage has something for you as well. As a Keurig authorized dealer, they can customize your K-Cup options to ensure great coffee experiences can be had. I know I really enjoy the Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and I know, Ken, you really enjoy the Newman's Own.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
You can sip, savor, and conquer your day with our friends at Hanson Beverage. So let's recap. Hanson Beverage, the place for hydration excellence. We're talking pristine, delicious water, sleek water coolers, and their Keurig coffee maker magic. Elevate your hydration game with Hanson Beverage, because why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary? Hydration has never looked so good. Go see them on Maiden Lane in St. Joe. Check out hansonbeverage.com. Stay cool, stay hydrated, stay amazing, my friends.
From ABC News Tech Trends, a new report finds 91% of first responders say they've experienced.
All right. Just a couple minutes. We'll get back to it. So the when you're going to die
so we'll talk about that.
Cliffhanger topic.
Yeah.
So we'll have that here just a little bit. And some other things as well. What are everybody's holiday plans? Feel free to.
Teresa says that's morbid.
Oh, yeah. The when you're going to die.
Maybe it's a planner. Just look at it that way.
So is this based off what?
I'm not going to say.
All right.
I can say if you want. Because it's exclusive content.
It's not
here.
looking at your astrological sign. It's it's science. Is it science based, or is it math, or what of the
surprise? It's another application for AI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we've seen how some of the AI has its little
Quirks.
flaws and quirks and glitches.
Yeah, so that's the good news. The bad news is there's an accuracy that's pretty interesting.
I'm starting to notice when people are using AI for things.
How so?
Like, for instance, commercials.
Oh,
the scripts and things like that, and the writings of stuff. I've noticed, because I've used it for different idea starters and all kinds of different stuff when I'm writing some things, if I've got a little bit of a block. And I'm starting to notice if somebody else uses that as well. I'll look and I'll say, hey, that's very similar when I typed in something, the script is very similar to AI, which I don't mind it. If the script is good, that's all I care about when I'm putting on a commercial, when I'm doing a commercial.
That's fine, but you used it, and then you noticed somebody else used it, and that's two instances in a very close proximity. What's going to happen a year from now? All the commercials are going to be the same?
That's the other thing that we need to watch out for.
Because it's using prior data to support its new recommendations.
Exactly. So that's where that's when you there needs to be a class for like how to, and I know some people that have been trying to teach how to properly prompt your AI when you're using an AI application. Like, there's certain questions you can ask, but if you if you target the question a little better, you get a better result.
And I think there are probably college level courses in that right now of developing prompts, because we've got all this power. If you're not asking the right questions, you're not going to get the right information.
Exactly.
Which is true with life.
On 94.9 WSJM.
Do we charge extra for life lessons?
We should. I mean, there's people that do speaking engagements and tours doing either motivational speaking or anything like that.
Look at that. You get it free right here.
Yeah, we got exclusive content on our Facebook, our YouTube, and our X if you want to watch the live stream. And that's something, too, if you're looking at your New Year's resolution of what I want to do next year. Spend more time watching our show.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Put that one down. That's a mandatory.
Watch and listen to this fine award-winning program. And speaking of the live stream, we have side conversations over there about different things. And you posed the question, but didn't give a full context to it yet. So I thought we would talk about it here.
Yeah.
About, do you want to know when you're going to die?
Right. People have asked this question for quite some time. Because if you could know when you were going to die, how would you live your life?
Right.
Would you live it any differently than what you're living it now? And recently, those funsters who have taken AI to the next level have adapted an application to use AI to predict when a person will die. And obviously, they're still working some kinks out.
Sure.
But they are claiming a 78% accuracy rate.
Really?
78% accuracy right now. It's called Life, the number 2 VEC. Life 2 VEC.
Life 2 VEC.
Yeah, it's a model, and the scientists develop an algorithm that uses the story of a person's life to predict their demise. Both U.S. and Danish folks have been working on this death predictor, which works kind of like ChatGPT. They fed information on over 6 million people, including their income, their profession, their place of residence, what injuries they might have had, their pregnancy history. The end result, what they say, is a model that can process language and generate predictions about a person's likelihood of dying early, their income over their lifespan, all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah.
And it's using data basically from an 8-year period, 2008 to 2016. And so they fed all this information in, basically say we can predict with 78% accuracy when you're going to die.
So you're telling me I have to give them all this information, which sounds like pretty important information.
Just give them your social security number.
Yeah, might as well. I was going to say, like, I know what's going to happen is there's going to be a flood of people that are going to want to do this, because this sounds not like a scientific thing. This sounds like one of those BuzzFeed things where people are like,
thing.
Oh yeah, man, take this survey and find out what Friends character you are. It's the same sort of thing.
It's the Technical University of Denmark. They can also predict parts of a person's personality.
Oh.
Yeah, so they take a look at that and they can understand your id.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I always like to know what makes people tick.
There you go.
Like, man, why are they the way they are?
Yeah, so now given this information, do you want to know?
No.
Okay.
I don't care.
Me either.
Yeah. I like the unpredictability of life. Yeah, because really how accurate is going to be, because I've watched Final Destination, man. I've watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm up to 8.
Are there that many?
Yeah, Jocelyn and I, we stumbled upon Final Destination a little before Halloween.
Yeah.
And we just kept watching them.
Those are so good.
Jocelyn's watching right now. Did we get up to number 8? I think we did. We skipped over a couple, I think.
Did you watch the one with the lumber truck?
I did see that one.
So good.
Every time I drive behind a lumber truck, I'm like, nope, definitely not.
Yeah.
No, because I think that unpredictability is what makes life interesting, of when you're going to die or when certain things are going to happen. I don't want my story to be completely laid out for me, because then it'll get boring. And then also you'll act as though you're invincible.
Oh,
where it's like, I'm not going to die till I'm 80.
It predicted this, so I can walk in front of cars.
Exactly.
No,
I can do
don't
anything.
that. The scientists who are behind this say similar technologies for predicting life events and human behavior are already being used today inside tech companies, and I imagine insurance companies too.
Yeah.
Because the actuarial tables and all that, to track our behavior on social networks, profile us with extreme accuracy, use their profiles to predict our behavior and what influences us. I think these are being used everywhere. They're just now applying it to general like life and death questions, which is a little scary. And it's even scarier that they're more than 75% accurate. They're 78% accurate at this time. But you think about some of these things, large corporations, they use artificial intelligence to screen potential employees. Insurance companies are probably doing stuff on the back end there, financial companies.
How is this thing 78% accurate when it just came out not a long time ago? How many people have died since they've done this? Like one? Like 4? You're saying 1 out of 4 people, maybe?
It said based on their research, which appeared in Nature Computational Science, a publication, a respected publication, it correctly predicted who had died by 2020. So they've been working on this for some time, more than 3/4 of the time.
And they've done this with humans, not like lab rats or anything like that.
That would be funny if they did it with
lab rats.
That'd
be interesting. They were like, oh man, we had a full litter of 100 mice that were going through there, and one of them died. Oh, we're accurate. We got the accuracy here. Jocelyn says that my anxiety would not be able to handle it if I knew when I was going to die. I think so. Yeah. I think I'd be freaking out.
Some things are better left unknown.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll catch you up with your Moody on the Market update here in just a few minutes. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Be the Life of the Party.
Okay. Yes,
they call it the doom calculator.
Yeah, that seems fake because, like, oh yeah, we just released it.
It's not publicly available, but they say should the model be made available to the general public, privacy laws will, at least in Denmark, will restrict the use of it for making decisions about people, such as hiring decisions or insurance policy decisions.
I was going to say, could you imagine a life insurance company?
We'll sell you something.
Using that as
until this date.
Using that as your test, and like, well, yeah, we'll insure you, but only for this much because you've only got another 5 years, so you're not going to be able to pay any of the premiums here.
Yeah,
for these insurances. So, anyways. We'll get your Moody on the Market update in just a bit. What are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about a young lady in Stevensville. The mother is raising funds to purchase a wheelchair-accessible van for the daughter.
Oh, I saw that. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have that for you here in a moment. And then a little after 8, we'll talk with Tom Austin Tax and Financial. Speaking of future planning.
Yes.
The financial planning and planning for your future, he's the guy for that. So, I'm sure he was listening.
I mean,
to
think
what
about the financial planning aspects of it alone. If you know when you might die, you know how to plan for how aggressive your investments are.
Exactly.
With Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, you can find it at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Our team of contributors always on it, telling you about Southwest Michigan and why we love it here, giving you business updates as well as interesting people you should know. I'm waiting for my end of year
profile
feature profile.
Keep waiting.
You don't have much time. You better get writing on that.
We'll talk after we go on vacation.
All right, sounds good. I don't know if I want you writing it. Maybe I'll have somebody else write it for me. Anyways, you can find those stories and all that information at moodyonthemarket.com and the app. Your update is brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
I would file this one under Life in Southwest Michigan. And why we love it here, it's because people have big hearts and they often contribute to good causes. And somebody reached out to us and said, hey, we've got this cause. Can you help us out just getting the word out about it? And we thought, yeah, sure, we can do that. A crowdfunding campaign has been launched to help purchase a wheelchair accessible van for a 5-year-old Stevensville girl. Laura Gomez tells us that her daughter, Rosie, has been disabled since birth. She has cerebral palsy and epilepsy, and it's a shortened version of brain damage or a brain injury that happened at birth. She's not able to walk without assistance. And so Gomez says her daughter Rosie is a lot like any other 5-year-old, gets very excited when it's time to go somewhere, but the problem is they can't always do it very easily because it involves a lot of heavy work and lifting. So they're raising funds online and hoping for community support to be able to buy a wheelchair accessible van.
Yeah, Gomez says that the community has previously come forward to help out by building a wheelchair ramp at the family's home so Rosie could get in and get out of the house. She says, I think it's because people see her and people can relate to a little girl who's in a wheelchair who needs a ramp or who needs a van to get her from places in her wheelchair. The crowdfunding campaign seeking $20,000 to help with the purchase of the van. And you can find all the information of that campaign at moodyonthemarket.com and on the app.
Yeah, it's there at moodyonthemarket.com. We've got a link to the campaign fundraiser.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things, the Kickstarter or the GoFundMe or whatever else. This one is a medical fundraising site.
Okay.
And so the funds are raised through this site and can only be used for medical purposes. So it's just another check on that. So it's kind of nice thing. But read the full article, check out the information, and if you're interested, the link there to donate is at moodyonthemarket.com.
And your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
Here's Rich Brandt and Derek Halsey from Insurance Management Service, your local auto owners agency in St. Joseph and Niles.
In a world where everything is chaotic and changing, we are at least.
Oh, right.
What if you put your information into this doom calculator and you say, okay, tell me my life expectancy. And it says, Johnny, you're going to be just fine until the age of X when you die of an alien invasion attack.
See, that's the thing. I want to know. I don't necessarily want to know when. I want to know how.
Oh, okay.
Part of me kind of wants to know how.
So you can go learn to swim or learn to dodge bullets or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Take a driving course.
Yeah. Like, oh, you're going to get in a car accident. Well, I'm going to make sure that I don't ever have a car accident.
That's right. I'm going to never take a car again.
Yeah, and I'll never drive. You're gonna drive. You're gonna die because you're gonna get in a car accident and you're gonna, the steering wheel is gonna hit you and that's what's gonna kill you.
Yeah, that's like Final Destination.
Oh well, I'm gonna sit in the back seat. Someone else is gonna drive me. Yeah, Final Destination. I think Jocelyn says we watched about 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, those are great.
Jocelyn's also said there's too much light on your face. Turn the camera a little bit. See if it changes.
Yours or mine?
No, you're this camera. You're getting whited out, I guess.
We'll deal with that next hour.
Adjust it. Yeah. Yeah. But thank you everybody for spending some time with us on our live stream. We will talk to you again tomorrow. Counting down the days to the end of the year because we're calling it quits for 2023.
Going on vacation
on Friday.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. We're not going to talk to you till next year.
Oh boy.
Oh geez. Yeah, I love that when people call you the next year in like January, you get all those phone calls like, I haven't heard from you in a year. Yeah, those people waiting for those. All right, you have a great day and we'll talk to you.